What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic CM. It's episode number 62. We're starting today's episode off with the FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea at Wembley, coming on the back of our last minute victory against West Brom in the last game, in the last episode, to surely ensure now that top 4 looks very likely, as we're now 9 points clear of Spurs in 5th with 4 games to go. But in the FA Cup, heading into this game with West Ham versus Manchester United being the other semi-final tie, taking on Chelsea, this was going to be pretty much as even as it could get. 3rd versus 4th in the Premier League, separated by just a few points. Really, this could go either way. And this season, of course, we've already got one trophy in the cabinet, the Carabao Cup, but I want something else. My manager rating has been dropping quite a bit since our early exit in the Champions League to Real Madrid in the last 16, and of course now being out of the title race as well. So taking on the Blues, Thomas Tuchel's side here at Wembley. We won the FA Cup back in Season 2 with Burnley. We got to the final back in Season 1, the semis back in Season 3, but last year knocked out in the 4th round by Everton. I'd love to reach the final with the Gunners in my 2nd season, so right from the very first whistle, I started off in attack mode 5 minutes into the game, and we had the breakthrough, and no surprises for the goal scorer. One of our players of the season, the top scorer in the Premier League, Luis Suarez, gives us the opening goal of the game. 30 minutes in, we did see some bad news. Ben White going up for an aerial duel and staying down. Thankfully though, he would soldier on during the game, but wouldn't run off the injury. And in the first half, where we'd been the better team and really the only team in it, we were sitting pretty at half time. Almost went 2-0 up through Suarez there, chipping the ball onto the roof of the net as we were still leading by 1. But Chelsea hadn't really got going. We were still 1-0 up, but I was thinking if we stay in attack mode, we should be able to find a second goal in the second half. 4 minutes after the restart, almost got it. Suarez finding a meal, firing just wide of the post as it was still 1-0. But just a couple minutes later, as Chelsea found one opening in what was a very organised back line. Maybe I should have taken him off at half-time as he hadn't ran off the injury. Ben White playing catch-up, lunges in on Porto going through 1-on-1. I thought he might be able to win the ball with a slide tackle, but didn't get any of the ball, but got all of the man. Last-ditch tackle that didn't pay off. Chelsea penalty. Ben White red card, and we're down to 10 men. And in a game where we were sitting pretty, totally comfortable and in control, we were now down to 10 and conceded a penalty as well. Kai Havertz would stand up and take it, but Aaron Ramsdale pulls off this save. And you know, I mentioned before, as many of you guys know, I'm shocking at penalty shootouts. I have a horrific record at them. I think it's half mental and half technical where I'm so bad. But to be fair, I do save quite a few penalties in normal time. I saved one there, great stop by Ramsdale, keeps it at 1-0. We are still going to play for the remainder of the second half with 10 men. But I didn't stop that from me being brave. I continued to stay in attack mode. Yes, we were a man light, but I thought, you know what? We're being a better team. Chelsea have only had one opening, so instead of just sitting there and trying to hold on to the 1-0 lead, let's keep doing what we've been doing. Be attack-minded and keep going for more goals. We saw Suarez had a chip shot headed off the line by Harwood Bells, and then a great save by Soria there kept it at 1-0. But as Chelsea looked for an opening against our man-light team, fortunately for us, they came up against a goalkeeper that refused to be beaten. Ramsdale with another brilliant save on the 1-on-1, and then with a minute to go, still up by a goal. Oh yes, just like against West Brom, a goal in the final minute. It was so funny as well because Smith Rowe got the goal, made it 2-0, and I thought that the late goal celebrations were going to happen. That's why I just ran around like a headless chicken. They didn't kick in, but in the end I didn't mind one bit because that goal would wrap it up, and the 10 men of Arsenal get the goal. Don't just hold on to the 1-goal lead, but double the advantage in the final minute of normal time, and there it is. Chelsea 0, Arsenal 2, and we are heading back to the FA Cup final for the 3rd time in this save. And I love the opponent as well, Manchester United, because if you remember way back in Season 1, FA Cup final with Burnley against the Red Devils, lost a 4-3 thriller at Wembley. But now all these years later, we've moved on to a different team, and now we face them once again in the FA Cup final. Can't wait, man. Cannot wait. FA Cup final, bring it on. So, see the Premier League table, we're entering May. Just 4 games to go for us. As we know now, the title dreams have gone. The domestic treble dreams are over. But we are currently 9 points clear of Spurs with 4 games to go. So, the saving grace is that we're not only into an FA Cup final, we've not only won some silverware in the Carabao Cup, and whilst the board don't care about it, it is still a major honour. It does seem as though top 4 is very likely indeed. One more win and that will essentially confirm it. So yeah, pretty pleased with that, if nothing else, because you know the most important thing really was just making sure we maintain our place as a Champions League side. Yes, of course, for a long time we were in a title race. Yes, are we the first to admit it? I bottled it. I choked it. There's no doubt about it. I always hold my hands up and accept responsibility. I choked it. We had some really poor results in the second half of the season. Yes, we'd be missing Reece Nelson, our talisman. Ezri Konsa has gone down for the season. Mikel Merino missed quite a bit of time in January and February. Or was it December and January as well? But even so, I tanked it in the second half of the season. First to admit it. And that's why we're not in a title race with 4 games to go. And you see our final 4 fixtures as well. You know, those fixtures there. Yes, we've got Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge on the final day. But for the most part, we should be able to get just a 1 win we need to guarantee Champions League football. And you know, I said at the start of the season, well, the expectations the board gave us, I feel like they were 1 season too early. You know, win the league title, win the FA Cup, and reach the final of the Champions League as well. Now, this is a great Arsenal team. We're building something special here at the Emirates, but it's only our 2nd season. Last year we didn't win anything. Last year we just about scraped top 4. I think the expectations the board gave us are a bit too extreme for me. You know, winning the FA Cup, winning domestic honour, yeah, that's totally fair, but reaching the final of the Champions League and winning the league title as well, come on board, you're asking a lot of me there in just my 2nd season at the Emirates. And so for a second of 3 games in today's episode, Sheffield United away at Bramwell Lane, facing the Blades here, and again, 1 win would essentially confirm Champions League football for next season. And that's why once again we start off in attack mode. Smith Rowe with the goal. How good this guy is since we brought him back from West Brom, man. What an investment he's proved to be. Makes it 1-0. And the Blades really should have found a goal to get back on level terms just a few minutes later. Shot going wide from a close angle as it was still 1-0, but 21 minutes in, this was a real stroke of fortune. And on the first to a minute, Bukayo Saka gets goal number 7, I believe, for the season. But as Smith Rowe goes for a volley inside the area, misses the ball, it rebounds to Luis Suarez at the back stick, picks a loose ball up, great awareness to find Saka. And you might have seen as well, Smith Rowe was kind of obstructing the goalkeeper there a little bit. Should have been called offside for indirect infringement, not entirely sure, but thankfully EA don't count that. So the goal stood, it was 2-0, Saka with the goal. But the bad news was that Smith Rowe, whilst he would soldier on, would remain playing hurt out there as we led by 2. But 5 minutes to go in the first half, chance to make it 3, Justice Silva denied by Verips as it was still 2-0. However, that was how the game finished. 2 goals in 8 minutes, and there it is over. Arsenal qualify for the Champions League with 3 games to go, but at what cost comes our CL qualification? He soldiered on, but I took him off at half-time, and Emil Smith-Rowe, I love the consistency there, 13 goals, 13 assists, and 13 clean sheets. Not the clean sheets count for a playmaker, but either way, Smith-Rowe grown 2 ratings this year, 87 overall, one of our top scorers and one of our top assist makers in the season, and he is down for the rest of the season. And you might think, well, why does that matter? The remaining 2 Premier League games mean nothing. 3 Premier League games mean nothing. Well, the significance is that it will miss the FA Cup final against Manchester United. So 2 of our best players are out for the FA Cup final. We're missing our talisman, Reece Nelson, and we're missing his bro, Smith Rowe, as well. They have such a great partnership. Smith Rowe's been great since Nelson went down, and they're both going to be out for the FA Cup final. I think we would have been favourites heading into the final, but now I'm not too sure. I think it'll be a lot more balanced. We're missing 2 of our best players for the FA Cup final. So for our 3rd and final game of today's episode here, taking on Aston Villa. Again, nothing to play for now. Champions League football is confirmed. We would take lead early, and then Harvey Barnes made it 2-0 right before the break, so we doubled our advantage. And you go with nothing really to play for now. The most important thing to me is we just don't get any more injuries. You know, we're going to be missing Konsa, Smith Rowe, and Nelson for the final as well. I can't afford to have another starter missing for the FA Cup final, but we were in complete control in this game. We're 2-0 up before the break, and then 6 minutes after the restart, Barnes bagged his brace to make it 3-0 to Arsenal. You would have noticed in this game as well, I was playing him as a playmaker in this game, with Martinelli playing on left-hand side. Now that Smith Rowe is done for the FA Cup final, I'm sitting there thinking, who will play attacking midfielder? Harry Wilson coming in, or do we have Martinelli on the left and Barnes through the middle? As we know, he can play there and is very good in playing through the middle and operating centrally as well. So not entirely sure. I thought I'd use this game as an experiment, see how I do with Barnes through the middle and Martinelli on the left. And I've got to say, it worked really, really well. Barnes bagged a brace with 90 minutes to go. This is a glorious team goal as well as Guendouzi gets his first of the season. And that was a brilliant team move there. I love some of the team goals we've scored since joining Arsenal. That's one of the best there. 4-0 the final score though. 3 points delivered. Again, doesn't mean anything now. With 2 games to go, we are now locked in third as well. Can't finish any lower, can't finish any higher. So 2 games to go. The Magpies at home, Chelsea away. Nothing to play for, just warm-ups for the FA Cup final against Manchester United. But that was this episode of the Really CM, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Really CM with the final 2 games of the Premier League season very soon.